let's go straight to ridiculous. I mean, the other one that made me laugh immediately. And by the way, don't forget to like and subscribe. Look, I'm remembering to tell everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Give a thumbs up. Leave a comment. Engage. Even if you're a troll, just try to be a decent human being, or otherwise you'll use awful language and you'll get kicked out, and that's out of my control. It's kind of automated. But you let YouTube and the Twitch algorithm know how awesome I am. Every word you type in the chat is a feather in my cap, and I have a very feathery cap these days. Yeah. In the meantime, though, also on twitch.tv/HalSparks, please subscribe. Helps out immensely. Or become a patron, patreon.com/HalSparks. And there's Venmo. That's always easier. Take a picture of that with your phone, and then just send me $1. Send me $1 for every laugh noise you make. No, you guys would be broke by the end of every show. All right, here we go. Yes, I do have a pimp hat made of feathers. So this one I like the title on. I went on Hannity and crushed elf bureaucrat Fauci last night! ! Crushed. Folks, he's crushing it. And by it, we mean his windpipe, of course, with that tie. But, because apparently I've never seen anyone look that uncomfortable. Neutral. Like, milk without gas. This ad's taking a long time. Carbon neutral organic whole milk. That's what's running on Rumble, is friggin' hilarious. Now at Whole Foods. That's lovely. Look at that. Neutral milk. That sounds like it makes you sterile. I'm just saying. I know it doesn't, but come on.
With a Napoleonic...
Guys, by the way, I'm selling a book. What do you think he's on there to sell the book? His dad's every fucking where. If you need more evidence, guys, if you need more evidence that Trump is broke as fuck, they are doing a hard press on this goddamn book this year. And Trump is on Nigel Farage doing an interview. He's on Fox and Friends calling in. Here's Brian Kilmeade going deaf. She's having a great time. He's going, why the fuck are we still getting this guy? But he's got, he's sporting his Trump neck gina. I think that's a good move. But they're all selling the shit out of this picture book because they got nothing.
Complex bureaucrat Fauci, everything that he said in his emails contradicts what he said on TV. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's a bureaucrat. He's not a good doctor. He's better at being a bureaucrat.
All right, joining us now, Donald Trump Jr. Don't forget, by the way, now this new photo book by President Trump, Our Journey Together, is available at 45books.com. I did not know until tonight that yours truly is actually in it. And I was like, oh, no.
Oh, no. Now I've got to sue for a part of that because it's a picture from Fox, and now we've got this legal thing, and nobody checked with me, and the lady that's in it with me isn't my wife, and she's not even technically an adult woman, and don't worry about it. I've got the negatives. We'll burn them.
Because I know he wrote the captions. I'm like, oh no, I'm going to get hit hard. And
Oh my God. There's only 3 hands. Where's your other hand, Sean? Oh my God.
Moon River.
That's
Thank you, Doc. You ever serve time?
This is the picture they picked. Oh, I can't. Oh, that's.
Thank you, Doc. You ever serve time?
Look at. Oh, God. When is this picture taken? They both look like they were. Hannity looks like he just got done blowing him. You're like, I had to take my tie off for this. You're a total professional. Oh my God.
Just looking around here, I can tell you're a genuinely dirty person.
That is awful. Trump, like, first of all, that's a table or chair or something behind his right hip, which makes him just look fatter. The other thing is that because Trump has a tie on and Hannity doesn't, look at Hannity's gut. They did not ask. Oh, God. Oh, they didn't go, hey, can you mind he did not get photo clearance. And by the way, if you want more proof that Hannity's staff fucking hates him, the fact that they put it up is amazing. Look, and just the embarrassment of
Actually, really nice.
Sean, your caption.
It's actually really nice. Sean, your caption. Please show the caption. Please.
Was great. I think you look great in the photo. We had to include some of our favorite Fox personalities, so you look great in the book, Sean. It was a really fun project, actually. It was sort of interesting, and you're well aware of so many of these stories that.
Okay, this is at some point. Hold on. Am I missing? Where's this guy? Hold on. Nope. Damn it. I'm looking. Hold on. All I gotta say is, you fellas got a purty mouth. Run that back. Come on. I need to see that picture again. That is some sexy sauce. He's a handsome man. Look at those handsome menses. Oh, boy. That's fun. Look at you. By the stairs. Oh, that's good stuff. And you're hanging out there, and his right hand is somewhere down where we all wish it could be. You know what I'm saying? When you try to reach in there and stuff like that, man, I wish I had both those cardboard cutouts. And what I would do is I would duct tape them to a rubber doll it's a long story. I learned a long time ago not to staple them. Don't use a staple gun on your blow-up doll. That's I have that on a Post-it on my bathroom mirror. Well, the shards of it. It was quite a night. But most people do not know I was at this party. Okay. I had the joy and the pleasure. I was down, they had a septic issue, and I was down there. I brought in about 18 feet of arch rope and some steel wool and some lighter fluid, and I was down in the basement working. And sometimes it was a very tough job, and I was very expensive, and it was very expensive area. I was very nervous to be down there doing it, and when I'm nervous, I smoke, and I forgot that the steel wool added to the corrosive chemicals I was using was flammable. They will inflame at certain times. And damned if I didn't. I was one second I was in the basement. Next time I'm up standing covered in soot next to a dude serving canapes. I'm like, I think I'll try some of those. And then somebody, right at that moment, somebody said, would you mind? I have to take the second biggest shit of my life. And so I was like, do you need a spotter? And he goes, no, I'm taking pictures. I'm a photographer. Could you take this picture? And he handed me this nice professional camera. It was shiny, brand new. One of these Lebanese models or something like that. And I lifted this thing up, and through the viewfinder, what did my wandering eyes would appear to see? Oh, buddy. 2.5 of my favorite people in the whole world. Because they're all, Trump and Hannity are two people who can go to a party alone and still cover their +1. I'm gonna kill myself laughing. Almost did. That lasted about 1/10 of a second of a minute of a half. Anyways, I got all these. We took a bunch more. I don't know why they picked that one. I think Junior picked that one because he was like, I took so many. Sean wasn't breathing. I was like, dude, breathe and take a breath. Shit. And he's like sucking his gut in. And then right as he was like, all right, I'll breathe in. And he did like that, and his bug breathed right down into his belly, right into his hind legs, into his heels, right down in his tailbone, running up over his shoulders, the breath entering his body, and it all anchored right in his gut right there, like a good man with and a pow, got him right there. Got him. Gotcha, Sean. Oh, buddy. So much fun. Too much. All right. There we go. Shit. Look at Sean Hannity's fucking face. He's fanboying.
Nice.
Sean, your caption was great. I think you look great in the photo. We had to include our,
Yeah, he's not convinced. Look at his face. Look at that. Yeah. You had to pick the fat picture, didn't you? You had to fucking make me look like shit next to your dad. Next time, remind me to breathe in sync with your dad so we both have our bellies out and in at the same time. Fucking, shit. I swear to God, like if it wasn't Trump, they'd have sent a cease and desist already.
Favorite Fox personality, so you look great in the book, Sean. It was a really fun project, actually. It was sort of interesting, and you're well aware of so many of these stories.
Yeah, I agree. It was sort of interesting. This whole like this is the only time I've ever spent with my dad bullshit. Hey, Gonzo. Shit. It was sort of interesting. God damn
The
it.
mainstream media wouldn't report, but a picture says 1,000 words. And I remember going through over the last few months with my father some of the great pictures of his presidency, the accomplishments.
And some of the 1,000 words that this picture says is stay away from the cheese.
Media wouldn't report, but a picture says 1,000 words. And I remember going through over the last few months with my father some of the great pictures of his presidency, the accomplishments.
Oh God, the fucking fact that it has to be a picture book is just. Oh God. Did you hear nobody will publish the book? Yeah, no, they had to do it their own. They started their own publishing company and just paid for it to get printed.
And honestly, we said, we got to put together something with this. He started scribbling notes on some of them, thinking about it for other purposes. And we said, no, just leave that. And so we put together this incredible book.
Yeah, don't do any more work than you absolutely have to. Our sucker fans will buy whatever shit we throw out. You know how Obama's White House photographer put a bunch of really great pictures on his Instagram, and you could just kind of like copy those, and if you liked them, and just have them and print them because it's just real. And he had a coffee table book himself. He didn't share any of the profits with the president because that's fucking weird. They look at that guy as lazy and lame and unbusinesslike, whereas this is how you make money. Fleece your fools.
Together, details the entire presidency. It's just a beautiful coffee table book. And I think people can really see all of the stories and capture all of the emotion and difference that he made in the lives of Americans. All of those policies that help.
Yeah, that especially that picture. How he improved the lives of people while giving the Olympic fist in the air on the top stair of Air Force One as he was leaving. The fuck? You know, people at home who are struggling to put food on the table, because they didn't. They made too little money to participate in the tax cut he gave. Those people can look at this book and use it as a coffee table because their furniture's been repossessed, and in it will be pictures they can relate to, like that picture of him in Marine One flying past the Alps or some shit.
Lift our entire country that has been decimated in the last 10 months by the incompetence of the Biden administration.
Yeah, we don't even have a constitution anymore. I don't know if you guys knew that. Yeah, we don't. There's no economy. Everything's gone. Yeah, don't go outside. Country's gone. Yeah, I know the airports seem busy this holidays, and a lot of people were like smiling and eating food. That's a lie. Those are all cardboard cutouts. It's all fake. It's all big. Yeah, we've been decimated. America's over. America's done. If you see an American flag, try to save it, because you could sell it on eBay in a few years, like Beanie Babies or some shit.
Really fun project to work on. Unfortunately,
it was a really fun project to work on as our country was being decimated. Hey, fuckhead, if you're gonna make the case that our country is falling apart, maybe, just maybe, don't say you were involved in a fun project as the country allegedly collapsed. If that makes sense.
Juxtaposed against what's going on in the world right now. I just said, man, we had it so good for so long, and I think America feels that now. I think they recognize how...
No, I understand now. Your family felt that because they were avoiding prosecution on a bunch of shit, and being having your dad be president was one of the greatest ways to avoid that temporarily. I would say that period of being able to avoid the law was, what's the word for it that I'm looking for? It could pluck it out of the air. It's a word I've heard recently. Transitory would be the word.
They've been lied to by the mainstream media. So it was really awesome. Even some of the stories that I wasn't aware of, and I'm aware of a lot as it related to what he was doing, it was really cool to see it and to go through it with him and to put this together so that America could experience this in their own living rooms themselves.
Yeah, that's what we're going to experience it in our own living rooms. Gather around, everybody. Fuck the Bible and Christmas and Charlie Brown specials and any of that shit. Everybody come into the living room and gather around while we flip through pictures of some rich asshole and his rich friends who was president for one term, during which, according to him, America was attacked with a bioweapon that he let slide while he was making a trade deal with the people that allegedly sent it over here, and then he sold them all our beef, corn, and soybeans.
Biden, in the candidate protection program in the 2020 campaign, in his basement bunker, any president, 220,000 Americans.
In his basement bunker. Why does that sound familiar about 2020? Whoops, sorry. There's something about this. Something about there was a. I'm trying to think. There was something about somebody. There was a candidate in a bunker, basement bunker. Why does that sound familiar? I can't. Something about bunker and the people. Like, I don't know. What are the I don't remember. It'll come to me.
Had died at that point, the worst pandemic since 1917 and 18. Since he's
Hal, remember when Republicans attacked Michelle Obama for saying how she was finally proud to be an American? These guys are bashing America, real patriotic. Am I right? I know, it's nonstop. These fuckers think America is A, fragile, and B, fucked.
President, a whopping 355,000 Americans have died from COVID-19. More.
No, not more than last year. No, 400,000 on Inauguration Day. You don't get to pick the lying number that the administration put out that was downplaying the number by almost 60% in the count in some instances. and say that compared to the lies last year, this is like blaming Obama for the cost of the Iraq war because he finally put the under the table costs on top of the fucking table.
In 2020, but your father handed Joe Biden not one, not two, but 3 vaccines, monoclonal antibodies, and then you tie it to the whole border where now we give preferential treatment. No testing, no vaccine mandates to illegal immigrants, and Joe Biden supporting.
Yeah. Why don't we have a system in place where we test people before they sneak across the border? Why don't we have people in Mexico checking papers before people sneak into the country? Why don't we have a system in place? Where's the pre-crime bureau of the Border Patrol that should be down there testing people before they do anything? I know. Let's test everyone in Honduras, Guatemala, and Mexico at American taxpayers' expense, just in case they decide to make a run for the border.
If people tried to enter this country illegally and they separated somehow from their family, they want to give them a check for $450,000. Now,
oh, no, Sean. Somehow, what was that again? What was that again, fuckhead?
If people tried to enter this country illegally and they separated somehow from their family, they want to.
If they separated somehow from their family, well, what's that somehow, Sean? What was that? Was it just anybody who got separated? Because lots of people got separated. Lots of people we wouldn't even know if they were separated. Hell, they wouldn't even know if their relatives got in or didn't get in. Is it just everybody who got separated just because they were temporarily? How long? Transitory separation, Sean? Or was it the fact that we lost their fucking kids? Don't give me this pro-life bullshit when the Trump administration dumps 8,800 children on the Mexican side of the border unaccompanied, going, your parents must be here somewhere, fuck off. And over 800 children in the United States separated from their parents because of the Stephen Miller, Donald Trump policy were lost to the bureaucracy because you didn't bother to keep track. Somehow. Just fucking somehow. They were somehow lost. Hey, Sean, how many of those people that were separated since Biden's been president in that system? Now, people have been separated since then because when an adult comes in with a child, we check to make sure as best we can that that child belongs with that adult and they're not just being abducted or some other shit. And we talk to authorities in other countries. There's a process, and it's a big one. But Democrats aren't afraid of bureaucracy when it's necessary to save lives and protect children, especially. So we know where they fucking are.
A check for $450,000. Now, tell me where any of that makes sense.
I just did, you dirtbag. And what I mean, the fact that this fuckhead is smiling about missing children is gross.
Sean, it doesn't, but it doesn't matter because the Democrats have the advantage of having mainstream media, $1 trillion industry, social media, $1 trillion industry, big tech, $1 trillion industry, all.
And all the Republicans have is this broke fuck and his deeply in debt father who owes his ass to worldwide criminals. Yes, somehow the Democrats, the Marxist, commie Democrats, have somehow, even though we're snowflakes and have no leadership and would bend over in front of Kim Jong-un or Xi Jinping or anything, somehow we have taken over $3 trillion industries while this dipshit is hawking a flip book on Hannity's show.
Functioning as their marketing department. But what's really nice is I think they've blown it so bad.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. we've taken over $3 trillion industries, and that's just our marketing department. You should see the factory.
They took so many things, whether it's energy independence and lying to the face of the American people. I remember very clearly, we're not going to end fracking. We're not going to do that day one. Okay, you have the Afghanistan.
Sorry, did we end fracking day one? I'm sorry. Did fracking stop? We don't have natural gas anymore. We're not using it. That got cut off. That just stopped. That's all over. That's all over. Hold on. U.S. natural gas pipelines. Images. Yeah. These are the natural gas pipelines in the United States. Interstate in blue, intrastate in red, internal ones. The red ones are just inside the state. The blue ones are cross state lines. Look at Louisiana, just kicking ass, delivering that natural gas. Look at it. Here's Pennsylvania. Can you tell where fracking is going on? Do you have a generalized idea where most of the fracking is happening in this particular hold on, it's got to be in here.
You're going to frack.
Right. API, where are the pipelines? This is good. About this guy. These are the large ones. Crude, natural gas, refined gasoline, and then CO832. There you go. That's the blue one. There's very few of those. These are just the big pipelines, the big transitory pipelines. These are all the mix of the little ones, and then the ones that go in between the extraction sites and or the ports and the actual refineries and the like internally. I don't know how. Let's see. When was this one put out? This is natural gas pipelines. There we go. Let's see. I'm sure. Hang on. Let's see. Fracking output U.S. 2021. It's probably gone down a lot. It's probably. U.S. Energy Information Administration analysis and projections overview. Is it still loading? Shit. Back up. Try this again. There you go. Short term. Okay. I'll get the smaller one. These pages are large. Okay. Short-term energy outlook, U.S. Energy Information. We forecast annual production will average 11.1 million barrels per day 2021, increase to 11.9 million barrels per day 2022 as tight oil production rises in the thing. Sorry for the unexpected error. There we go. What is the status? Fracking has been safely used in the United States since 1947. More than 1.7 million U.S. wells have been completed using the fracking process, producing more than 7 billion barrels of oil and 600 trillion cubic feet of natural gas. Let's see. How much U.S. energy comes from nationally, fracking produces 2/3, 67% of the natural gas in the United States, according to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, approximately 50% of the nation's oil. Is your natural gas actually fracked? That's a good question.
You're going to frack.
These are all like different sites on this. Okay. Let's see. In 2021, U.S. shale may surprise oil markets again. History shows that those who underestimate the U.S. shale sector do so at their peril, according to Forbes. That doesn't stop many experts from writing off shale, believing that low prices, high well decline rates, and investor demand for capital efficiency have effectively neutered shale's growth potential. These fundamentals existed before COVID-19. The pandemic has only increased the pressure. Shale could have the last laugh, though, outperforming expectations on the back of lower break-even costs. The U.S. Energy Information Administration OPEC and the International Energy Agency underestimated shale's growth potential last decade. These that's because nobody was doing it and it looked like a stupid idea, and of course it caught up. It was filed under. Why the fuck would you do that about a decade ago? These organizations now all predict U.S. production to decline or grow very slowly over the next few years. Why would you do that? Why would they expect that? Because there's a lot of other oil to get out of the ground that doesn't require the shale process on the American, in the U.S. territories, unlike Canada, where most of their oil is in the shale oil stuff. All right, never mind. The EIA expects U.S. output to drop from 12.2 million barrels a day in 2019 to 11.3 barrels a day in 2020 and 11.1 million barrels a day in 2021. Recent data shows output on the rise, though. What? Recent data? What? My goodness. Who would ever think? Who would ever believe this was such a thing? All right. You want the
Raw. I don't know that we've
thing?
seen a worse incident in our country in the last century, where we're abandoning Americans behind enemy lines, giving said enemy lists of people and biometric data that they can track them down. You have killing an.
Yeah. Are there any reports of any of that shit happening? Seriously, where are these people? Where are these audio recordings of Americans trapped behind enemy lines in Afghanistan, calling into Glenn Beck's show, hoping for a helicopter drop? Like, what the fuck?
Pipelines while giving Russia, that we, as my father's administration, did a great job blocking it, so then we can give NATO more money to protect them from the Russians that they're enriching with the.
Oh, I see. This is the Nord Stream. So one of the ways, well, never mind the fact that when Russia has to ship their, let's see, news on this one. This is Reuters. This is one of the stories that's coming around. European insurers fear sanctions coming down the Nord Stream 2 pipe. You see, when Russia can use boats and has to use boats to get its energy into Europe, if we want to stop it, we have to blockade ships to do it. Ships with people on them. We have to put our ships with people on them in front of these ships to stop them from coming in. Or we have to sanction ports in these countries where it's arriving. Whereas now, if Russia puts all of its eggs in one basket, we can cut a hole in that basket and they're fucked. There is a strategic reason to allow Nord Stream to go through because it is easier to fuck with than a bunch of boats. And on top of that, European insurers are wary of sanction and geopolitical risks. Nord Stream 2 says it has appropriate assurances in place, of course. Insurers say they respect sanctions. Some have pulled out. Boing, 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 just so you know. A simmering threat of sanctions against the operator of the $11 billion Nord Stream 2 pipeline risks shutting off cover from European insurers for the politically sensitive project to bring Russian gas directly to Germany. Kremlin-backed energy giant Gazprom leads the consortium, which, despite stiff opposition from the U.S. What? Stiff opposition from the U.S.? I thought we were just totally cool with it. And some European nations, has built a pipeline under the Baltic Sea, bypassing Ukraine amid a geopolitical battle for influence in the region, which won't fucking affect anything, ultimately. That's hence the move towards gas cars and other shit. Like, it's silly. The U.S., this is a 10-year plan, folks. Gazprom will be useless and will be a huge waste of money in 10 years. The U.S. stepped up sanctions on companies linked with the project last week. What? We did what now? Oh, thanks for the link, guys. Maybe it's here. This has got to be from, November 16, 2021. German regulator puts brakes on Nord Stream 2 in fresh blow to gas pipeline. Ouch. It couldn't be that there's a lot more going on than what could fit in this dipshit's brain.